Good morning, and a massive welcome to the Sunday morning 7 a.m. club. Seriously, well done on being here. You're already winning the week. I'm Faye Chappell, and I'm thrilled to spend this time with you this Sunday morning. Today, we're tackling a big one. We're a real mood shifter, right? If you hate Mondays, then you're just doing it wrong. And we can fix that. Sounds bold, but it's true. So, we're going to understand exactly why so many of us get those Sunday night feelings about Monday. It's not just you. We're going to discover some surprisingly simple yet powerful ways to capture that amazing Friday feeling and sprinkle a little bit, maybe even on Tuesday. And then we're going to find some tools, some journals, everything else. We're going to wake up our body. We're going to have some practical tips. So get a comfy seat, grab your journal and your pen. We're going to do some real work, but it's going to be fun. So take a lovely sip of tea or water, whatever you have, and let's get ready to flip that script and make every weekday feel a whole lot more like Friday.
Welcome to the Sunday Morning Club, the place where we battle burnout and brew up bold ideas, preferably over a steamy cup of coffee. I'm Faye Chappell, and I'm your ringleader for these re-energizing Sundays. If you're ready to crack the code on resetting your mindset, rebooting your goals, and laughing a little along the way, well, you're in the right place. So let's dive in.
Okay, honest moment. Raise your hand or just nod to yourself if you've ever felt that weird, heavy pit in your stomach, right? It's that Sunday evening, it starts to roll in, right? You know that feeling? I know I do, and we've all been there. It's like a tiny little cloud that follows you around whispering, Monday's coming. Oh no, what are we going to do? And that hollow, sometimes nervous feeling, right? It's mostly born from really a habit, a story that we tell ourselves. We've been conditioned almost like Pavlov's dog to link weekends with all the good stuff, freedom, fun, relaxation, and work days with stress, obligation, and maybe even a bit of boredom. But here's the exciting part. What if that link isn't set in stone? What if we could actually break that connection? Imagine for a second if your Tuesday or Wednesday or even your Thursday felt as light and hopeful and genuinely happy as your typical Friday. Think about the energy you'd have, the creativity. Today, we're not just going to be talking about it, we're going to learn practical ways to carry that precious Friday feeling with us. It's like a secret superpower, right? Every single day. And the goal is to make Monday something that you look forward to, or at least not dread. So let's make sure that Monday no longer bites, shall we? Okay. So first up, we're going to tap into the good stuff right away. Let's do a Friday flashback. Okay. Just for a few minutes, I want you to close your eyes just for a moment. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think of your absolute best Friday moment from the last month or two, right? Doesn't have to be epic. It's just genuinely good. Maybe it was clocking off of work or that first sip of that drink there you're waiting for, or a conversation, or laughing hard with friends, or going for a walk, or simply the quiet satisfaction of knowing that the week's tasks were done. So I want you to really transport yourself back to that moment. And what do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Let's do a little bit of a body scan. Keep your eyes closed still. Now, holding on to that Friday memory, I want you to notice how your body feels. Is there a lightness in your chest? Are your shoulders a little bit looser? Are you less hunched? Maybe you're smiling a little bit. That physical sensation is gold, and that's the feeling we're aiming to replicate, okay? So gently bring your awareness back to the room. You can slowly open your eyes. And if you're feeling brave, just pop one word into your journal or into the chat that describes that Friday feeling that you just recalled. Or if you're journaling, just journaling, jot it down, a number of words. You can do free, I feel joyful, I feel relieved, excited, calm, unburdened, right? Acknowledge those feelings. And then that collection of feelings right there, That's our baseline. That's the target. Our mission today is to learn how to keep that wonderful feeling alive and get it kicking through the entire week, not just save it for Fridays, right? Not just saving it for Fridays. So, why does Monday get such a bad rap? It's not Monday's fault, bless its heart, right? It's mostly down to really how our amazing but sometimes unhelpful brains are wired. So let's think about some of the culprits in our brain. One, I think, is a big one is the contrast effect. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but our brains love a good before and after Friday, right? Friday feels like amazing because it comes after a period of work, and then all of a sudden, it's the reward, right? It's the reward. But Monday, on the other hand, it follows the freedom and fun weekend. So, in contrast, it feels like the fun has ended and the work or the perceived drudgery is beginning again. So, we mentally reward Friday, but by default, we punish Monday, right? And you have to think about, the anticipation anxiety that comes with that. Our brains are really predictive machines, right? So we've had stressful Mondays in the past, or we've worried about, our workload, our brain starts to anticipate stress. And therefore, before Monday even arrives, we're there, right? And this is where that Sunday evening dread comes from, right? We're literally stressing our future stress. There are some studies, like MRI studies, that even show that the brain's fear center can light up days before a dreaded event. That's tough, right? We have a feeling of losing control and autonomy, really. So weekends often feel like our time. It's our time. Yes, we decide what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Work days, on the other hand, feel a little more structured, right? More dictated by other people's demands or schedules, right? And this perceived loss of control can be a real downer. It's a sense of our autonomy. We need our autonomy for happiness. That's the key ingredient, and therefore we feel like we're losing it. And then finally, it's really that habit loop that you guys are used to, right? So think about it. Sunday night, maybe you're scrolling social media, you're seeing everyone's weekend highlight reel, right? How cool. And you're comparing yours. And then you start thinking about your inbox on Monday. And this can trigger an anxiety spike, right? So to cope with it, maybe you watch an extra episode of a show or you stay up late. And the result is you wake up tired and grumpy on a Monday. And that's a habit loop, right? It's a habit loop. So cue, right, which is the Sunday night thoughts, moves to routine, which is the doom scrolling or staying up late, moves to the reward, which is basically a temporary distraction, but it ends up being a long-term slump. And I'm sure everyone here has thought about that, but here's the good news. There's always good news here. We can absolutely rewrite those scripts and retrain our brains, because we're going to learn how to swap those pain and dread cues for pleasure and anticipation cues. It's totally doable. You just have to allow yourself to do it. So I came across a quote. It's an author that I don't know, but it really struck me. And it was, Friday is a reminder that life can be both joyful and productive. So let's think that in a bit. Joyful and productive, not one, not the other, but it can be both. So not joy on weekends and productivity on weekdays. We can actually do both at the same time. So I want you to hold that thought, the beautiful possibility as we move into our journaling that we can have both. So grab those pens. We're going to spend about 20 minutes or a few minutes if you're live. So you're going to really give yourself permission to explore. No judgment, just curiosity. Okay. So I want you to, again, think back to that Friday feeling that we conjured earlier, right? And get specific. I want you to now write down at least 3 things that you genuinely love about Fridays. And it can be anything: finishing work, a specific activity, a feeling of freedom, the anticipation of the weekend, a particular meal, connecting with a loved one, going out with friends, whatever it is. I want you to think of 3. I want you to do that right now. If you're watching the recording, just go ahead and pause and write those 3 things. They're very short, they're very sweet. You should not have to think about them much, okay? So really write them down. They should be at the top of your head because we all know what you love on Fridays. I love Fridays because I always feel like I can legitimately take a break. That's how I feel. I can just chill for as long as I want, even if it's like 15 minutes, I just know that I don't have to have anything done the end of the night and the next day. So I generally, what I do is I look for activities I can do, or I think I look at the weather and I go, okay, I'll go for a walk in the morning, whatever. But I know those are the things that I always go to. I like to cook on Friday nights because I have time. So what is it for you? For example, if you love the feeling of freedom when you leave work on Friday, right? Maybe a Monday ritual is taking a full 10-minute break mid-morning to step outside and just breathe, right? No phone. Those are kind of things that we're looking at doing on as we go, because what we are doing is you've identified your joys, and now we're going to microdose those Friday joys. Okay, we're going to microdose them. So again, we're going to take a look at those Friday joys and the feelings they create, and for each one, you're going to brainstorm one or two tiny little rituals or activities that realistically you can incorporate into Monday and Thursday. So again, the example, one of the ones that I was thinking about for me was the feeling of freedom when you leave work, and maybe you think that same freedom can associate with a Monday ritual walk, right? So maybe it's a mid-morning break that we step out, we breathe, we have no phone, 10 minutes, we walk around and we feel that same joy as we do on Fridays, okay? If you love a Friday treat, maybe Monday involves your favorite fancy tea in your best mug at 9 a.m., right? If that's what you're used to doing on a Friday night and it brings you joy, try it again on Monday. If you love connecting with friends, maybe it's literally a 2-minute text to a friend on Mondays just to say hi during your break or maybe at your lunch break. Don't overthink it. It's tiny little things that what makes you feel a little bit of joy, right, in your work week, right? Your workday joy, you need to really commit to it, right? So I want you to think about that list of potential micro rituals, right? And you're going to choose just one that feels exciting or easy enough to try this upcoming week, okay? So I want you to write down specifically when and how you will do it. So for example, you could say Monday at 10:30 I will play my favorite song and do a 10-minute little shimmy at my desk to get things moving. We've shimmied and we've shaked a lot in the last couple of weeks, so you know what that means. On Tuesday, maybe during lunch break, you can step away from your desk and read a chapter of a book instead of just wasting time. Or you might go, you know what? I love reading. Let me take 10 minutes or 2 minutes or 20 minutes of my lunch break and let me read because that brings me joy. Does that sound cool? It's pretty simple, right? It's pretty simple. If you feel comfortable, then I absolutely want you to share that, whether it's a comment or in a group or to someone. Share something that you're going to try next week. Over these last couple of weeks, we've really been building each and every week on what we can do to feel better about our entire life. And this is just another step, okay? So let's dig in now. Let's move it into a manifestation exercise. So we're going to talk about carrying your Friday light, okay? So you've identified some of those little concrete actions, right? So let's anchor in that feeling. So I want you to close your eyes again, right? Take a nice, slow, deep breath in and a long, slow breath out. Now I want you to imagine that you're breathing in that vibrant, joyful Friday energy. It's all that fun stuff we talked about, and I want you to see it. I want you to feel it. Maybe it even has a color. Maybe it's a warm golden light. Whatever it is, I want you to feel that light filling your chest, filling your heart space with fun and freedom and ease. And as you exhale, imagine you're gently releasing any stress, any tension, and you're feeling better. Any lingering Sunday night blues is gone, right? And let them just drift away. And silently say to yourself, I carry my Friday feeling, my Friday light with me all week long. It's part of me. I will make it each and every day. I'm going to take 3 more deep, conscious breaths, inhaling that golden Friday light and exhaling any lingering doubts, any dreariness, any dread. And when you're ready, after those 3 breaths, I want you to gently open your eyes. And hopefully, you are feeling a little brighter, a little more infused with that positive Friday vibe. Take your time. Remember, I wanted you to do it 3 times. Make sure you're feeling it and you're committing to feeling that each and every day. So, we're going to move into breath work because that's an equal part of everything we do. We're going to call this the Monday morning rocket booster. How's that? So it's a fantastic little technique, and it's very simple. We've done very similar. It's the 4-2-6 breathing, and it's brilliant for calming your nervous system, which also gives you a boost of focused energy. So it's perfect for when Monday morning hits or anytime you're really feeling in a slump. So we're going to gently inhale through the nose. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open. So inhaling through the nose at a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your belly expand, feel your chest rise. Then we're going to hold that breath softly for a count of 2, no straining. And then we're going to exhale slowly and fully through the mouth as if you're gently blowing out a candle for a count of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The slightly longer exhale is key because it helps to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest symptom. It tells your body it's safe to calm down. So we're going to try it again. Okay, sit comfortably, back straight, relaxed. I'll guide you through a few rounds. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2. Exhale, blow out that candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After your last exhale, I want you to return to natural breathing, okay, and take a moment to notice how you feel. Perhaps you feel a little calmer, a little more centered, a little more alert. This 4-2-6 pattern is like a mini reset button, right? It can kick your brain into a state of alert, calm, like rocket fuel. But the smooth, sustainable kind that actually can get you through Mondays and beyond. We've worked really hard on breath work for the last couple of weeks, and I want you to continue doing it in the morning and evening. Again, you can go to the breath work that feels the best for you. This is a very simple one. This one and box breathing are usually the easiest for people to do. So let's do a little bit of a guided meditation. So I want you to, again, close your eyes. We want to calm ourselves down. We started with learning a little bit. Now we're moving into calming ourselves down and allowing all that learning to get into your system so that you know it. So let's deepen that sense of calm and joy with doing a little bit of a meditation. So again, find a comfortable seated position. Allow your eyes to gently close and begin by bringing awareness to that breath. right? Just noticing the natural rhythm of your inhales and your exhales. Try not to change anything, just observe it, okay? Now imagine in your mind's eye you're standing at the edge of a beautiful, crystal clear swimming pool, and the water is sparkling and inviting, and it's the perfect temperature. It's beautiful. The pool has several lanes, and above one lane, you see a glowing sign that says Friday Lane. So you dip your toe in, and it feels warm and soothing, and you decide to step in. And as you immerse yourself in that water of the Friday Lane, it feels like it wraps you up in a blanket of complete ease and joy and freedom. It's pure, unadulterated Friday feeling, right? And you begin to swim slow and effortless in that Friday lane. And every stroke is light and every movement is joyful, and you feel completely unburdened and happy and content. Now take your time with this lap. Let it soak in. Now, still feeling that incredible lightness and joy, you notice another lane right next to you, and this one's labeled Monday Lane. But here's the magic: the water looks just as inviting, just as warm, right? It's just as smooth as the Friday lane, and it's just as similar. So Friday and Monday sort of merge, and you realize you're carrying all that wonderful Friday ease with you, right? And it hasn't left you. So you swim a lap in the Monday lane, and you feel just as light, just as calm, just as positive. The day of the week doesn't change, does not change the feeling of the water or how you feel within it. Then you float effortlessly into the next lane, which is called Tuesday. And you carry that same peaceful, joyful energy, and you swim there too. You almost feel enveloped, right, in that Friday mood, that sense of positivity. And then you go to Wednesday, and same thing, you feel buoyant and positive. And then Thursday, and each lap is as pleasant as the last, always maintaining that core feeling of Friday ease. So after you explore those weekday lanes, you glide back into one final blissful lap into Friday. And it just reinforces that wonderful sensation. And you reach the edge of the pool, you gently step out, and you feel refreshed and renewed and completely saturated with that calm, happy Friday energy. So I want you to take a moment to stand by that pool. And I want you to notice how light and joyful your body feels. Wiggle your toes, your fingers. Feel the calm energy that radiates through you. And you know that you can carry this feeling long after you've left poolside. So when you're ready, take a slightly deeper breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to slowly bring your awareness back into the room, back into your body. If you're sitting in a chair or on the ground, feel that. And I want you to gently open your eyes when you feel ready. I want you to hold on to that calm, centered energy as we move into the next segment. Hope you're feeling as good as me. So let's do a little bit of a flow seated. Remember, we're just allowing ourselves to stretch. So you're probably feeling calm and centered now. So a little bit of gentle movement is great to wake up our bodies and shake out any lingering stiffness, right? This is all seated, so you don't have to jump around unless you want to. Feel free, right? Remember, I want you to listen to your body. If it doesn't feel right, then just skip it. So we'll just do our shoulder shrugs and rolls, right? So inhale, shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold it for a second, exhale, and let them drop and relax. Let's do that 5 times, right? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now, as you inhale, you're going to roll your shoulders forward, and then you're going to roll them back. Or you can roll them back and you can roll them forward, or you can do big circles. But as you inhale, you can move your shoulders up, move them back, and as you exhale, roll them back down. So slowly do 5. And as you noticed, we're going to reverse it. So inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to reverse those shoulders and go the other way, forward, So inhaling as we forward and exhaling as we bring them back 5 times, no more. You can do this any time of the day that you just need your body to take a break. Okay. And then we do a lot of gentle twists, right? At our desks, wherever we are at work. So inhaling, sitting straight. And as you exhale, I want you to gently twist your upper body to the right, right? Remember, you can use your left hand on your right knee, right? For a little bit of leverage. We've done that before, right? I want you to just hold it for 3 breaths and then exhale to the center. And then I want you to go to the other side. You're exhaling for 3 breaths. And as you inhale, you go to the center. That's it. It's very simple. Inhaling to the side, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Pretty simple stretching. It really feels good on your spine to be able to twist it, right? I want you to now inhale, and I want you to reach both arms up to the sky, stretching really long, and as you exhale, lower them down, right? That's all you're doing. You're inhaling, bringing that energy up, and you're exhaling down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. You can do this anywhere you are. And as you'll see, just by doing simple little movements, you're already feeling a different sense of calm in your body and in your mind. So if we have a little more energy, we can do a seated march, for example. You can alternate lifting your knees as if you're marching while you're sitting at your desk, right? And you can go at your same, whatever pace you want. You can do this for a minute. You can keep your arms going if you want, right? You can extend a leg out if you're sitting on the floor, and you can gently circle your ankle 5 times clockwise, and then 5 times counterclockwise, right? And then switch the legs. Like shake your legs a bit, shake everything out. We love to shake here, right? So we can do a 2-minute desk party, right? So it's pure fun. Put on some cool little upbeat music that you love, just quietly at your desk or wherever you're sitting. Your only job is to move. So like TikTok, you're going to shimmy your shoulders, you're going to tap your feet, you're going to wave your hands, you can bob your head, whatever feels good. Allow yourself to smile, allow yourself to laugh. No one is watching, or if they were, then maybe they would want to join in. So just enjoy it. I want you to continue to shake. Shaking is one of the best things, because if you feel like you're shaking all that stress, all that that pent up, oh, I can't stand being here on Monday, we're slowly working towards getting it off. So we're shaking it off, okay? And then finally, let's just inhale and sweep your arms out to the sides and up into a big V, right? And think to yourself, I'm good. I'm conquering the day. It looks great. Lift up slightly if your neck, you want to stretch that, hold that stretch for a few breaths, and then come back down, right? And then do it again. And down. And you can slowly bring your hands down to your heart center, okay? One palm over the next. You can close your eyes. You can take a deep breath. Just allow yourself to feel the energy that you've been cultivating, right? And silently thank yourself for showing up today, right? Thank yourself for saying, I can do these tiny little micro movements each and every day in order to feel better. If you guys have noticed, we do micro movements every single week. It's a very tiny movement. Why? I've told you, if you want to really move in terms of get your body even more focused, feel free. Go for a walk, take a class, go for a bike ride, whatever it is. But I'm showing you in these Sunday mornings that you can do micro movements, which won't take much time, but will still give you that same feeling. And that's really important. And along the way, I really want you to think about, when you leave me this morning, what are you going to have to make you feel better? You know, nutrition is an equal part of this. I'm always telling you to drink your water, right? Whether it's, you know, lemon water or a tea or whatever it is that makes you feel good. Remember, why is it that we're always trying to drink water? Is because most of the processed foods that we've been eating for the last, 20 years don't have much water in it. And that's why all of a sudden everybody needs to drink water, because before, when everyone was eating whole food that was fresh and clean, there was water in it, so we didn't need it as much. And that's really the difference. So think about, for example, doing a berry banana blast, right? You can fuel your body as part of your feeling good all week, right? So, and who doesn't like a smoothie? So if you do, for example, you can take half a ripe banana, because we've talked about how great bananas are, that and the ingredients convert to serotonin for your body. So it gives you that feel good neurotransmitter, right? So take a banana and take a generous handful of mixed berries, and they can be fresh or frozen. Frozen are fine. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, whatever you want. They're packed with antioxidants. They help fight stress in the body and are great for brain health. Add a scoop of Greek yogurt or any dairy-free alternative that doesn't have too much sugar or anything in it. So add, just like I said, a scoop of Greek yogurt or any protein that will make you feel full and satisfied, right? A lot of the yogurts carry probiotics or prebiotics, and they're really increasingly linked to good mood through gut-brain connection. So use that. And splash whatever you want, milk or water, to that consistency that you like. I like to sprinkle in chia seeds and flax seeds for extra omega-3s. And I also put in a teaspoon or a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I use frozen blueberries. So simply just blend it up, just whatever you have, blend it up and sip it slowly. Maybe it's a mid-morning snack, or maybe it's part of your breakfast. But as you drink it, I want you to really imagine you're literally fueling your brain with happiness and resilience. And it's like an internal high five, right? It's a tasty treat that makes you feel good from the inside out. So it helps you keep that energy all through the week. So if you do it every single day, you'll learn that you're starting to feel better, right? And I'm going to leave you with a wellness tip as well, because I think we've really worked hard this week in terms of setting up really great days for us to achieve really great weeks. So I want you to build your kind of like your micro happy hour ladder. So this is kind of fun. We usually say happy hour is Fridays, right? Happy hour, but what if we sprinkled those tiny moments of joy, those micro happy hours throughout the week, right? That's what we're trying to do. So this is about intentionally scheduling small pleasurable breaks. It retrains your brain. Your brain starts expecting this joy, right? Not just Friday, but Tuesday afternoon, because you are training it. So think of it as building that little those little rewards in. So maybe there's a bronze, silver, and gold. So let's say for bronze, might only be 2 minutes, but these are super quick wins, right? You can listen to one favorite upbeat song, right? Maybe it's on your headphones, maybe it's with your shimmy, right? I love putting songs into my mood. So I always, when I get into the car, I have a couple of favorite playlists when I'm going to work or I'm going somewhere, and I know that if I play certain songs, I cannot help but feel joyful, because I love how it makes me feel. So what's yours, right? And maybe it's not music. Maybe it's watching a funny 2-minute cat video, right? Or a clip from a comedian you like. Remember, we're only doing 2-minute things. Whenever you start to feel pulled, like, oh, I don't feel that joy, this is what you want to do. Take those 2-minute breaks. And this is just a bronze, right? So step outside for 5 minutes. Enjoy the fresh air and the sunshine, or text a friend a funny meme, or just like, hey, how's it going? Just 2 minutes. That's all you need to do. And once you've mastered that, you can move up to the silver rung, right? And it's a slightly bigger treat. So maybe you enjoy a special cup of tea or a coffee, and you savor it for 10 minutes without interruptions or distractions. Or maybe you do a quick 10-minute guided meditation, just like we just did. So, or a stretching routine, right? Where you call a friend or a family member for a quick chat that you know that if you talk to them for 15 minutes, you'll feel good, right? And then if you want to go all the way to gold, take 20 or 30 minutes. And that might only be once or twice a week, but you can move up as you go. So maybe after that, it'll be every day. You can take a proper walk during your lunch break in a park or a green space. How cool would that be? Or you can schedule a quick coffee or a virtual chat with a colleague for 30 minutes. That would be cool, right? Or you can spend 20 minutes on a hobby you love, whether it's drawing or knitting or playing an instrument. Just because you're at work, it doesn't mean you can't take a break and do it. It could be on your lunch hour, it could be whenever. But I want the key to all of this is to schedule these. So I want you to put 1 or 2 bronze or silver activities into your calendar for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? And each little happy hour you climb to, right, gives you something positive to look forward to. It breaks up monotony. It injects joy into your weekdays, right? And it's about making your week work for you. So if it's into your schedule, isn't that cool? When you look down at your schedule and you've had like constant meetings, and then you see at 12:30 it says go for a walk for 30 minutes, and you're like, oh, that is excellent. I can't wait. And just that, when you know it's in your schedule and you look forward to it, that's what makes the difference, right? So, wow, look at everything we've covered today. You've learned why Mondays can feel tough. This is Entei. And more importantly, you've armed yourself with a whole toolkit of practical strategies, right, to stretch that wonderful Friday feeling across the entire week. You're literally starting to rewire your brain for weekday joy, right? So I'm going to give you a little bit of a challenge, an every Friday challenge for next week, okay? So I want you to, number one, I want you to activate your ritual. Remember that one micro ritual that you committed to during your journaling, right? Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to actually do it tomorrow on Monday. I want you to schedule it in if you don't trust yourself to do it. And then I want you to, number two is I want you to breathe it out. If you feel a moment of stress or dreaded Monday morning slump, try that 4-2-6 rocket booster breathing, right? Just 3 to 5 rounds, not a big deal. But if you start feeling stressed, just try it. It will calm your body. Try blending one of those smoothies, like the berry banana one that I told you. And maybe on Tuesday morning, you just schedule it in. You say, you know what, Tuesday morning, because you don't want to throw everything at once at Monday. So maybe Tuesday morning, you're going to try the smoothie. Maybe you try it again on Thursday. It doesn't have to be this one. It has to be what you want, right? And I want you to really think about sharing your shine on all this stuff, right? This is a big one. So when you have your first weekday Friday moment, right? And you have that little spark of joy, that feeling of ease, then I really want you to share it. Share it with either the community or a comment, or share it with a friend. And I want you to inspire someone else, right? Tag a friend, tell them, hey, you know what? I learned to do this and it's working well for me. Why don't you try it? I can explain it to you or watch the YouTube, whatever it is. But I want you to really think about transforming your relationship with Mondays, right? And then that makes it the whole week. It's a practice. It is not a one-time fix. So I want you to be patient with yourself. I want you to celebrate those small wins, and I want you to keep experimenting. So thank you so much for investing this time in yourself and for joining me today. I'm Faye Chappell, and this has been Sunday Morning 7 a.m. Club. So go out there and make this week amazing. Make your Tuesday feel like Friday. And I can't wait to see you next week. Please reach out to me, DM me on Instagram, or leave me a comment below. I would love to hear how you are actually making these micro changes into your schedule and you're starting to love Mondays.
And that's a wrap for today's Sunday Morning Club session. Feeling inspired? Well, good. Keep riding that wave all week long. And don't forget to join me live every Sunday at 7 a.m. for real-time conversations. So if you miss a session, no worries. Grab the replays, sign up for our next big thing, and get all the juicy details at sunnymornings.club. So thanks for tuning in. Go out there and spark some magic in your life and in your business.